Lawrence Grandpre from Leaders of Beautiful Struggle. We're here at the William Porter trial.
So, Lawrence, talk about your reaction to the jury selection as well as the opening arguments by the prosecution.
Jury selection was really interesting. The defense actually used all 6 of their strikes on black people, the majority of which on men of color, many of them younger, which conforms to many people's fears that young men of color may be seen as biased against the police and therefore will be excluded from the trial. Now, the actual demographics of the jury represent Baltimore, 2/3 black, 1/3 white. We obviously don't know any of the details of these individuals in particular. I do think the strike pattern of the defense, though, is the big story of the jury selection, as while the prosecution, used their strikes on the diversity of folks, the defense only used their strikes on black folks, predominantly younger black folks.
And the prosecution alleges that Freddie Gray said he couldn't breathe,
Yeah.
and William Porter, the defendant, failed to do his duty as an officer to provide him medical care. It's taken him 6 seconds to do it, and therefore the prosecution's arguing the jury should convict him.
Well, the opening statement started off pretty technical, explaining some of the nuances of the Baltimore Police Department, but it ended pretty strong in terms of the prosecution claiming that the defendant had multiple opportunities to intervene in a situation where Freddie Gray had clearly severely diminished physical capacities, as explained by a broken neck, that the defense claim was sustained in the van. Now, they're claiming that leads to a conviction not of murder, but of manslaughter, and just on face it seems pretty compelling. I think the big question is, what tact is the defense going to take in terms of this particular defense and how the arguments in this case relate to a trial series that has 6 different cases, all with potentially conflicting and interrelated facts and stories to be told. So that's the big question, is what is the defense going to say, and how what the defense says about Porter going to interact with all 6 trials being presented.
Thanks so much, Lawrence.
No problem.